What kind of person do I want to become? What kind of life do I want to lead? I've been thinking about these questions this week, and honestly, I feel like the content that I have on this channel makes a lot more sense if you understand those answers. So let me talk about that, because this isn't really something that I had put into words before this week, but I'm trying to live a life that is rich and deep, that has time so that I can be thoughtful and intentional about ideas, about other people. I want to live the kind of life that makes a difference in the world, but not to the exclusion of, being there for my friends and family and actually being present in the moment that I exist in. I think that this is a temptation when our work is meaningful to us. I mean, at least that's been the case for me in the past. When I worked a job that I took seriously, but I didn't necessarily feel like was important to myself, my sense of self. It was a lot easier to just be present in the moment when I left that job and when I was at that job. When I worked in a job that was very mission driven and that really did become part of my identity, that's a lot harder, right? Like, I'm always thinking about it. I'm always trying to make it better. I'm living more in the future than in the present moment, even when I'm with people that I love and care about or doing something that I really enjoy. And so for me, neither of those are really my ideal life. My ideal life is getting to a point where I am emotionally and mentally healthy enough that I am present for the people and the moments that I care about, but I'm also able to engage in meaningful work. And I want to be the kind of person who is happy. I also want to be the kind of person that is there for others and is able to spread that joy and that reassurance, or really just even comfort to them. And so I need to have time to be able to do the things that make me happy, time to process through my emotions so that I'm not anxiety ridden, because I tend toward that. And while I'm sure that that probably sounds nice to everyone, I don't think that all those things I just listed are necessarily the most important things for everyone. And if that's not you, no worries. You may not love this channel, and that's okay. I'm probably not making it for you, just to be totally honest. But if that is like your dream, if you were hearing that and you were like, yeah, that's the kind of life I want to live too. Like, I really want to be grounded in the moment, but also able to do things that matter to me. Like, yeah, that's me. That's where I'm at. That is what I'm trying to pursue. And I think for a lot of us, it is really easy to get disillusioned because the world is not really built for that kind of life. Like, I've had times where I've just wanted to disconnect from society as a whole. I wanted to, go live out in the woods or get a farm or something. And I feel like a lot of us, I'm a millennial, I feel like a lot of us do that and want that. And while I can't speak to everyone, I know that there's a lot of just this pressure, right? There's this pressure to overinvest in certain areas of your life. Specifically, I think career is a really big one because of the just financial weight that a lot of us are carrying. We live in a society that sees busyness as a virtue and taking time for yourself or relaxing as, I don't really know. It's like, oh, if you do that, then you're just lazy and whatever. You're not driven, you're not motivated, you're less than. You're less valuable if you do take the time to do the things that make you healthy and whole as a person. There's a lot of pressure to look like you have it all together, and also just a lot of pressure just from all aspects of society to spend time on things that don't matter, either for social reasons or financial reasons. And if you want that dream that I was describing at the first part of this video is my dream for the kind of person I want to be and the kind of life that I want to live, that's really hard in the society we live in, at least, here in the US. It can be really stressful because we live in a world that worships productivity. And one of the main things that I struggle with in this channel is that it can be hard for me to toe that line between the fact that I do believe that we should all be able to go after our dreams, and that, there are things that we can do to make sure that we have enough time to be the people that we want to be. We don't obviously have full control over our time or our schedules or any of that, but we can make choices about how we spend some of it. And I want to make choices that mean that I have the kind of time that I need to, spend time with other people and make memories and think about things, like have a really rich and deep thought life and be exposed to new experiences and like do all of these things that are not really within the confines of a quote unquote successful or productive or efficient life. So like I want to be able to have more time for those things. But at the same time, we live in a society where so often productivity tips and tricks and advice are from this kind of unspoken assumption that we get our value from what we're able to accomplish. And that's a struggle we have right now, right? There's a tension between having a purpose, which is good. Like that's actually really healthy if you have a life purpose and you are able to go after it. And also like getting all your worth and value from what you're able to accomplish. Those things are not as far apart in a lot of our modern like ways of talking and thinking as they probably should be. And I really feel like when we slip from the like good purpose part into the like, oh, our only value is how we're serving that purpose part and what we accomplish, that's actually very harmful. It's harmful to us and it's also harmful to the good things that we are trying to do with our lives. And then like you just add into that, like if you're not even talking about like purpose and meaning and all of those things, and you just add to that the fact that probably some of the best moments that most of us experience in our life aren't found within the confines of like a very rigid schedule. And oh man, there is just so many possibilities for ways for me to get this whole like doing time differently thing wrong. And so sometimes it's really hard for me to know what to say and what not to say when it comes to your time. You'll find that like I'm leaving a lot of things open-ended and I'm saying, well, you need to decide. And I know that that can be exhausting and overwhelming. And I am sorry for that. If you watched one of my videos and you thought, well, she didn't give me the answer that I was looking for. But, at this point, I'm still trying to figure it out. And I'm not convinced that there is a one size fits all answer. And so unless I am totally convinced, because I've seen it across all kinds of people, that there is like a one size fits all answer for something, I'm probably going to try to err on the side of caution. And I'm going to say, hey, this might work. It might not. Try it, see what happens. Because here's the deal. The kind of life that you want to live may be unique to you. And that's okay. You have to be able to give yourself permission to travel along the path that you have chosen. You have to give yourself permission to try and make mistakes along the way. You also have to give yourself permission to use your time in a way that other people may not understand because they're not trying to live the kind of life that you are trying to live. And if you are along for this Worthy Hours journey and you are enjoying the kind of content that I've been making so far, thank you so much. I apologize for anything I might have said in the past or anything I'm going to say in the future that may sound inconsistent or confusing. I am still trying to figure it out myself. And I'm just really happy that we're in this together. Okay. I think that's it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.